There are probably thousands of spirits that still wander this place.
There's a sort of unholiness, something dark and evil in here.
He believed there was an evil pall hanging over this mountaintop.
I'm holding something here for you. Show yourself. You seeing something?
Yep. There's no way this thing is human.
People have been scratched in there and seen this crawling figure that goes across the ceiling and down the walls.
Whoa, what was that? No!
Okay, I can hear you down there.
What's that?
We have made it to Cresson Sanatorium and Prison. I can't understate how massive this place is. I didn't think it was going to be this big. Now we're here, I'm just like, holy crap. How are we going to cover all this? There's so many buildings, so many hauntings, so much history here. It's like a whole city. There's a whole freaking town here, and it's all prisons and all tuberculosis hospitals. It's just nuts.
I don't know if this is a joke, but this place is freaking huge. Apparently we've got 2 nights here, so I'm hoping we can get through tonight unscathed, fingers crossed.
But you know what? I'm feeling good because I've actually brought some friends along with me. I am collabing tonight with Paranormal Encounters and Paranormal Quest.
I know a little bit of the history of this place. I know it's been a TB hospital. It's been a prison. It's had a psychiatric ward on site. It's had a children's ward on site. So there is a lot of stuff that's happened here. And in the past, I know that places with history like this generally have more energy, and it's normally a more intense investigation.
And of course, I've picked the most haunted hotspots to spend some time in, so stay tuned. Cresson Sanatorium and Prison has a rare history that makes it especially conducive for creating paranormal activity. Its past has seen particularly traumatic and tragic circumstances as a former tuberculosis hospital, housing for mental health patients, and even a high security prison. But there's more mystery to the haunting of Cresson than simply meets the eye.
The thing that fascinated me most about Cresson whenever I first started to look into the history was I had heard from multiple people that there were reports that they said that this land, this place might be cursed. And I don't know whether that's true or not, but if you look at the history of how the complex came to be here, it's quite fascinating because there might be some merit to that. Whenever the land first started to have structures built on it, it was being scouted by a steel tycoon of this area, Andrew Carnegie. He wanted to make this his hunting resort. He wanted to build almost like a castle on this hilltop. And while he and his mother Margaret were in the town of Cresson, he, his mother, and his brother fell ill with typhoid fever, and Andrew Carnegie survived, but his mother and brother passed away from typhoid fever. After that huge loss, Andrew Carnegie decided to abandon the project, and in doing so in 1911 he sold the land to the state of Pennsylvania for $1, basically gifting it to them, and the only sort of agreement that they made was that he would give them this land as long as they built a tuberculosis hospital here in order to benefit society. And that is how Cresson Sanatorium came to be. The sanatorium opened in 1913 and various buildings were built on the structure. But the only purpose for a sanatorium is to try and treat an illness that they really didn't understand, an illness that's considered to be the most deadly sickness in human history. More people have died from tuberculosis throughout history than any other disease. So this was a huge undertaking for society to try and cure this illness. They called it the SAN, that was the nickname they gave it, and all the buildings that were erected on the property went towards the goal of trying to cure this incurable disease. And it was a tuberculosis hospital until the 1950s because discoveries had been made that it was actually caused by a bacterial infection called tuberculobacillus was the name of the bacteria. And it infected the lungs and caused them to bleed, and then you would eventually suffocate on your own blood in your lungs and die. A very horrible way to die. But you think of even after it was cured and they no longer needed this tuberculosis hospital, the number of lives that were lost here on this property is staggering. You can imagine there are probably thousands of spirits that still wander this place, if you believe in that sort of thing. And that's where the history and the idea of the hauntings of Cresson first began, because it didn't take until the closure of the prison in 2013 before people started to throw ghost stories around. It had happened for decades prior. After they closed down the sanatorium, they turned it into the Lawrence Flick State Hospital for the Mentally Ill. So it's still trying to treat illnesses that people didn't understand. And it was very tragic in those years until that hospital closed. And it only took a couple years because in 1987, the state of Pennsylvania decided to give this its final iteration. And the iteration was they were going to take this land that had been used for very tragic things for years and use it to incarcerate some of the state's worst inmates. They call this a close security prison. So it's a step between medium and maximum. You have inmates here that had more freedoms than others, but you also had inmates here who had no freedoms at all. They had violent inmates here and violent things that happened. When we first came to Cresson in 2021 to film our first episode, we talked to a former inmate over the phone who said he used to know a rabbi here who said that he believed there was an evil pall that was hanging over this mountaintop and that it was cursed, and this evil pall would sometimes materialize in the form of paranormal activity, and you could feel it. It was like an energy that soaked into the walls of these buildings and into the ground of this mountaintop. And I remember we had an experience in the F building the first time we were here where Steve had started to talk about this evil pall, this force that was only causing bad things to happen on this mountaintop. And as soon as he started to talk about that, the energy shifted. Things started to get very, very dark. Only a couple minutes later, Dave, Steve, and Jason were rushed by some energy force that caused them to jump and almost take off running. Before that energy rushed down the hallway, they heard a dragging sound that sounded like someone pulling something very heavy, almost like a body bag, across the ground. I mean, it was loud and it was very freaky. And then shortly after, they all felt like they were rushed, like this energy came at them down the hallway that they couldn't explain. They didn't know why they were freaking out, but they just knew something was on them, coming at them from all sides. Shortly after that, we ended up leaving that building, but we'll never forget the F building because of that. This place is definitely a different type of investigation than we've ever done in any other place in the world, in the country. Everywhere that we've been, we just seem to feel like Cresson is an entirely different animal than what we're used to investigating. And that's the only way I can think of to describe it. This place is different. This place is different in all the best ways, but also all the worst. There was horrors that happened here that I don't think can ever leave these buildings, and I don't know that they ever will.
We were excited to explore such an intensely haunted and historic location, so much so that we booked 2 nights to really focus our efforts on peeling back the secrets of Cresson. Our first night would focus more on the medical side of the site, whereas our second, which you will see in another video, focused on the prison side of Cresson. Additionally, since Cresson is so huge, we invited some of our good friends to investigate with us, both Paranormal Quest and Paranormal Encounters, so make sure to check out their channels linked below. We'd heard the stories of ghosts, dark entities, and even a mimic, and we're keen to see what we may find within this truly gargantuan haunt. So if you're ready to jump into our paranormal investigation of Cresson, starting with a former children's ward from the tuberculosis hospital days, hit like, subscribe, and let's jump into things. We're just heading into our first building of the night. This is actually a former tuberculosis hospital for children, so it's very sad, but there's also some very disturbing activity that occurs in this one. Oh my gosh. Look at this place, Jared.
Wow. Is this like real mahogany?
How do you tell?
I don't know. I don't even know what mahogany is. I just made that up.
It's a type of wood, I know that. To me, this always feels like the most iconic building when talking about Cresson, because from the exterior, it is just the most iconic, the most striking, the most visually pleasing if you have that. But inside, it's quite terrifying, actually. Like these just long, dark, winding hallways where shadow figures are said to chase people, literally run at you and chase you out.
I never like hearing shit like that when we enter a building for an investigation.
Then you won't like to hear that they also have a creeper here.
Of course I do.
They always do.
What is with the bloody creepers?
Where?
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 Yeah, where's the creeper?
Where? Yeah. You tell us where you want us to go and we'll go there.
It's so sad to think that there were little kids here. really sick little kids here. And the amount of death that this institution saw was just intense. Aside from the darkness that they say is here, they do say there are some little kids, playful type spirits here.
It's a broom closet. Ladies and gentlemen, I've stumbled across a broom closet. Wow. It's even got like all the original like furniture. Oh my God, a typewriter, wow.
There was some administration that was used in this building later on, but yeah, it was originally a children's ward.
Are there children here? You're gonna come follow us tonight, play games? That is a massive television, wow.
Holy moly, this TV is as big as me.
Literally is as big as Amy, check it out.
Not the same shape, but you know. Oh my God, look at this staircase.
Do we venture up?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's go.
We're now going to venture up to the second level. Damn, this is busted right up.
Look at that. It just goes on.
One of the famous ghost stories of Cresson is there's a mimic up here. So definitely be on edge. Watch out tonight for anything.
Only for you.
That's weird. I was going to say, listen out for anything that sounds like me, Jared.
Are you going to mimic me tonight or Amy? Hello?
And guys, if you're watching, listen, because if you hear an Australian accent on an EVP or something, that's going to be freaking wild. Maybe there's some children here. My name's Amy and I'm here tonight with Jared.
I really want that mimic to come out now that you brought that up. I didn't know about that one. Another janitor's closet. The building is mimicking the other floors. No, but seriously, I will be impressed if we hear a mimic tonight. Just a bunch of filing cabinets down here. Actually, a ton of filing cabinets. Jesus. There are so many filing cabinets.
It's really dark in here.
Magnetometer spike? Is that
yeah, it's probably this door.
No. That's weird.
Okay, thank you. Who's around me?
Whoa, what was that?
I don't know, something.
That was over here, behind this wall.
What? I honestly thought it was over here.
No.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was right here.
No, I reckon it came from
Let me show you.
No! I swear it was here.
Okay, can you show us? Where was it?
Whoa, what was that? Whoa, what was that?
What are you going to show us? What's in here? This is... Oh my God, is this a whole nother hallway?
Looks like.
I didn't realise the building was this long. Oh my God. So they also had some education services set up in here when this was a prison. So you can see this massive chalkboard.
More filing cabinets.
Can you give us a sign where we should go?
Can you make a noise if you're here with us?
That's a sad looking fan.
Why do they do that? That's like the fifth
You
or
don't
sixth.
understand.
Are they referring to the fan? We were just asking why do they do that?
What can't we understand? Well, I'd love to try. Maybe you can share your name or your story with me. Holy
What the hell was that?
something just moved in here. Hello? It's a staircase going up. Is this an attic?
I thought we were in the top floor already.
Don't know if we should be following this noise, but we're going to. Hello? Oh my God.
Oh my God. I don't think we're supposed to be up here.
Well, this is the roof of the frickin' building. Definitely had some movement in here. I don't know what that was, but it was pretty loud. We're now moving down to the very bottom of this building, and for a time they actually housed the morgue down here.
Him.
Him?
Are you referring to me?
What do you want with him? Does that reassure you?
No. Why did it just say him?
You know I can't answer that, but we are in the basement now. So guys, it said him just before we walked into the basement pretty much. I don't know if that's referring to Jared or somebody else. Can you help us with that one? Can you tell us who he is?
Well, there's an arrow on the wall here, so should we just
Follow it?
I'm just getting like...
What the fuck was that? Hello?
I feel like those taps have been following us down here though. We're hearing them upstairs and like I feel like we're hearing them now as well. It's always behind us as well. Maybe something's following us.
All right, if you're the mimic, can you do this?
Photo. Portrait.
That's two very strange words to be back to back. Photo, portrait.
And well, they're related for one to each other.
Yes. This is like we're taking photos of them almost. Maybe that's what they think's happening.
Yeah, almost like a description, like narrating what we're doing maybe.
Can you walk down this hallway and we'll take your photo, your portrait? It's very cold here.
Yes, right here.
Feels weird just here. Like, who's around us? Is there someone here? So I'm just gonna follow the coldness because maybe it's just natural and it's leading somewhere, I don't know, outside perhaps. What the heck?
Oh my God.
I think we just found the tunnel system. We weren't actually trying to.
So this would lead us to another building?
So the thing about Cresson is, yeah, it's all connected via these underground tunnels, which they believed were used to discreetly remove bodies when this was a hospital, because there was so much death here. And they, similar to like Waverly Hills, like the body shoot, they didn't want the other patients seeing the amount of death that was occurring here. And they do say like the tunnels join all the buildings and can be very, very active.
I just hope we don't have another footstep incident like we did at Waverly. That's all I'm saying.
Here, as Jared and I were discussing where we wanted to head next for our walkthrough, we captured something truly weird, which can be heard on camera, just like a rock seemingly being thrown at us. Don't know what's down there. Oh, you mean like, is that where the basketball court is, down this one?
Yeah, basketball court. Hang on a sec. Right.
No.
What the f*** is that?
That was a rock.
Right.
Did you just throw a rock at us? Can you do that again? If you're gonna throw a rock, you may as well do it properly. Can you throw a rock at us? The last place we wanted to show you is actually pretty cool, but a bit random. This is just the coolest thing, I reckon.
Wow, this is like gym, I'm guessing?
An abandoned basketball court? So cool. You want to play ball? Can I play? I can slam dunk a hoop.
What?
I can dribble.
When you're sleeping? Let me try and go for goal.
That is the crustiest old ball.
Oh, fuck. Hang on. Oh! First time! That is first time. We did not retake that.
Having now walked through the entirety of the building, we decided to monitor the ground floor for figures and activity using a still GhostTube SLS camera, while we returned to an area on the second floor where we'd earlier heard some strange noises in order to perform an SD session. This saw Jared wear noise-cancelling headphones while listening to a spirit box and relaying anything he heard come through, while I asked questions that he could not hear.
Right, we're good.
Okay, my name's Amy, this here is Jared, and I want to talk to anyone that might still be here. Can you come say hello, make a noise? If you talk to this guy with a funny thing on his head and ears, maybe he can hear you.
In trouble.
Oh.
Me.
What are you in trouble for? Or are you saying we're in trouble? We're not talking to a kid, are we?
In the morning.
You got to be up in the morning? What do you got to do in the morning? Can you tell me why you're here?
It's a double.
It's a double? What does that mean? A double shift?
Get started.
Okay, we're just getting started. Can you come and talk to us? Is there anyone down here tonight? If you walk up to these lights, we might be able to see that you're here.
Today.
Yeah, can you do that today? I especially like this red one because if you come close to it, just like this, we can not only see, but we can hear that you're around.
You found me.
Ooh.
He's out there, or he's out here.
If he's out here, can you go to the red light, please?
Please.
Oh my God, I just said, oh my God. I just said please, and then it said please, like the mimic. Okay, I can hear you down there. I just heard you do 2 taps like this. Can you do that again? Oh my God.
Bubble gum.
I only heard you knock once. Can you knock twice like this? You want some bubble gum? Is there a kid here?
What else? What is that?
You want me to bring you some bubble gum? They do say there's like the crawler, the shadows that chase you down the hallway. What's making the noise down here? That is so scary. Who's down here making them noises? I just heard this door move.
Please stay.
Please stay. You don't want me to go in here?
That's better.
That's better. Okay. Do you want me to come back? Oh my God. All right, I'm coming back. I just had to see what was down the end of this hall because I was hearing noises and I need to make sure.
This.
I'm sorry, I'm back now. I can hear you now.
It's free.
What's free? I'm back here with you in this little space where we heard you throw something earlier. Or you tap on something, sorry. If I were to bring you some bubble gum, would you like that? Seemed to more talk to me when I was out here, to be honest.
What's your relationship?
My relationship with this man is that we're married. What do you think of that?
I'm feeling...
What are you feeling? Let's talk about you. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to learn about you. Are you happy being here? Is it okay that we're here?
I love her, or you love her.
Who are we talking about here?
We are here.
Okay.
Child support.
I'm hearing noises near Jared. I don't know if he's moving. Child support. I know that this was a place where children were for a long time. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Hearing another noise.
Ooh.
That got really quiet.
Yeah.
There's something down the end of this corridor though. I can hear it and it's like knocking back to me. I went down there, I couldn't see anyone or anything, but it's really freaky. Oh, shh. See, I'm hearing stuff. Hello? Can you knock twice like this for me? We'll try this again. It just feels like they're keeping their distance. They haven't, like, to my knowledge, these haven't set off. So I feel like it's right at the very end of the corridor and it feels like they don't want to come any closer. That's the vibe I'm getting. But there's definitely like noise down there.
When we were doing the Ghost to Explore, that's what I said, like we're hearing taps and it was always behind us. It felt like it was following us around.
What I'm going to propose, Jared, me and you go downstairs where we've left our Still SLS. We'll retrieve that. In the meantime, let's just leave these 2 cameras up here alone just to kind of monitor this space because I'm interested if we leave the space, maybe it will come out to play with this more. Like maybe it's our presence that's kind of hindering it.
Okay.
During the time that we left this area unattended, we did manage to pick up on a few sounds of interest coming from one end of the corridor. As well as a small light that seemed to present itself for one single frame from the other side of the corridor. But we now decided to regroup and continue reaching out within another area where we earlier felt as though a rock was thrown at us, right at the entrance to the tunnel system.
Right, audio is rolling. Yep, we're ready.
Oh, thank you!
Whoa, we've already got some activity. There you go.
Thank you so much.
This is exactly where we had that rock throwing experience as well.
So just to introduce myself, I'm Amy, I'm here with Jared, and we would love to know who is down here. Can you share a name, please? Maybe through this device. I've heard there's a morgue, or was a morgue down here. Can you tell me what actually is down here? Okay, I heard people, like really faint, really quiet. That's what's down here? Either that or it might have said evil, I don't know.
Wow. Evil or people?
We need a replay on this, Jared, I'm telling you. What does that mean for us?
Sleep.
I heard sleep.
Yeah, sleep.
Who are you telling to sleep? I know it's probably way past anyone's bedtime here, to be honest.
Celebrations.
Oh,
Capital.
I thought that said operations.
which could mean, you know, performing operations on patients, or just like the fact this was used for an admin building for a time. I've heard that there's someone here, whether it's a someone or a something, that likes to mimic and copy other people. I would love to communicate with you.
If there really is a mimic here, can you repeat what I'm saying? Donuts. Why does someone like to mimic down here? Can you tell me about that? About that?
Is that what it said?
That's what it sounded like to me. It sounded like a deep male voice. About that.
Was someone mimicking me upstairs when I was knocking? Okay, I thought that. Was that my name? Or was that Annie?
I didn't hear it.
Who's down here? Did you just make a noise?
I'll be.
What?
I am here. That's what it just said.
Okay, who is I? Who are you?
What's your direct?
What the heck was that?
I don't know.
Alright, let's have a look. It is pitch black down here.
Can you tell us where that noise came from?
That is so creepy. Hello? Can you make another noise? That was like someone banging on metal or something.
Yeah, and to me it didn't just sound like one bang, it sounded like a noise that sort of moved. I hate to say it, but it sounded like it moved towards us. Like, I thought it was more like a dragging actually than a banging, honestly.
The creeper does go on the floor. Hello?
Did I just say hello back?
I thought it just was like...
To me it sounded like this. Hello, hello.
Oh my god.
Sound like hello to me. Oh my god.
What?
Creepy student desk in the middle of a...
This is
boiler room?
extremely creepy.
Why is there a desk in here?
What was that?
Is that like a high-pitched ringing noise?
Yeah.
What's in here?
With activity seeming to taper off, we decided to make our way over to a completely different building on the Cresson campus, the original chapel. This was used by patients and inmates alike, and is a place where many have had paranormal experiences, some of which are particularly dark and seemingly unholy in nature, despite the original purpose of this building.
The church itself is a very interesting structure because a lot of these buildings have been changed over the years, repurposed, whether it was a tuberculosis hospital, whether it was a mental hospital, whether it was the asylum, whether it was the prison. But the church is the only one that stayed true to what it was originally, and it's one of the oldest buildings on the property. And I think maybe that could be what draws in this creepy, crawly shadow that people frequently report. And even though it is a church, even though it's where they would worship for the patients or the inmates, I feel like the connection that that building has to this land might have something to do with this very bizarre and creepy, almost intimidating and dark activity that people pick up on in that chapel. People have been scratched in there and seen this crawling figure that goes across the ceiling and down the walls, and it really is quite a conundrum. It's quite a mystery.
We just made it into the chapel. Oh my God, this, I have to say, during the day is one of the most stunning places visually, but it is dark. There is a definite darkness here.
You mean like illumination-wise or something else?
Something else. They say this is, I mean, it's a church, right? It was for patients and inmates, but really, there's a sort of unholiness, something dark and evil in here. It's just like that.
Great. Just what I need right now. Dark, unholy place.
So this is the chapel. People have seen this dark entity with claws in here that kind of comes out, crawls across the ceiling and has latched onto people's backs and sits on top of the roof and watches people. Like, so weird, dark and creepy.
Why the hell, like, do they know why this dark thing is here?
I don't know. You wouldn't think that would be in a church, right? But I guess maybe that's the perfect place for it, in somewhere as dark and sad as Cresson. All right, my name's Amy, this is Jared, and we're calling out to anyone that might be here. Whether you're holy, you're unholy, you're here because you are ill, you're here because you committed a crime, an offence. Was that me? I literally just stood here and this whole aisle cracked. So.
Guilty.
Was it, I was about to say, was it you? I can't replicate it.
Well, here's the thing. I was just asking, like, were you here because you committed an offence or something? Maybe that was a response. They were like, yeah, I was guilty. And in a church, you would confess your sins, right? Maybe.
Are you confessing your sins? What's your sin? What crime did you commit? What are you guilty of? It's so weird because I'm not able to replicate that. Is there a name for this entity?
I don't believe so. Yo, Claw Boy, can you come out?
Claw Boy, is that really the best you can come up with?
No, I'm
Claw Boy. Claw Boy.
Claws McGee.
Claw Boy.
Claw Boy, cousin of Santa Claus. Should we really be taunting this thing though?
Here, Claw Boy. Claw Boy. Claw Boy.
This might seem like a random conversation and part of our investigation, and in honesty, we were just mucking around here a little, creating the name of Clawboy for this entity. Yet something would happen during our second night at Cresson that would give relevance to this name in the most disturbing way. So make sure you're subscribed and ready for part 2. But now, back to the investigation.
I don't get overly, like right now, it's weird because normally when you tell me the stories in advance, I already feel kind of freaked out. I'm not getting that vibe right now. Maybe this is a whole new chapter for Jared. Brave. Just between all of us. Amy challenged me tonight to not gasp once on this investigation. You know how when a cat ball goes off, I normally get freaked out? I'm not supposed to gasp at all. I don't think I have tonight, actually.
Really?
I don't think so. I don't remember gasping at all in the other building.
Well, let's test your nerves. Let's go down into the tunnel. You first, brave Jared.
That tunnel that we saw in the other building?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Apparently this is the creepiest entry to it as well.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's got all this religious stuff here.
Yes, this is very weird. Hello?
Yes.
Here, we ran into Connor and India of Paranormal Encounters who were exploring the tunnel systems and passing by the chapel, so as not to interfere with their investigation. We then returned to the chapel to set up for our next segment. Yet, during this time, we did unknowingly capture something strange on our still wide camera. During our walkthrough of the chapel, this camera very gradually zoomed itself in. This is something that was so slight, you can only really notice the movement when the entire clip is sped up. Yet, it's also something that this camera is only capable of when something is physically moved on its body. So here's the entire clip raw and unedited, besides being sped up to see this movement. At this time, we decided to conduct a GhostTube seer session while using GhostTube lens to create an immersive environment. This saw me digitally scribe visual white noise while seer monitored environmental fluctuations, which could produce AI-generated images based on specific readings. Additionally, I also wore a pair of Lucid headphones that amplified any noise around me.
Alright guys, so we're in a chapel, it's supposedly got A dark entity. So I came prepared. Got my rosary beads. How you feeling there, Ames?
I don't know, I feel a bit nervous now that I'm, well, in a sense sensory deprived, but also my hearing is so amplified, but it also creates like a eerie white noise at the same time. So I'm a little on edge, but if there is someone or something here, I'm open to communicate.
We've also got some devices down the centre of the room here, which if you go near them, they might light up and let us know that you're here.
Can you just be still for a sec? I thought I heard like a woman like, I'd love to see you. If you come close to me, maybe you can show me.
Any vibes, Ames?
I feel like I'm starting to trance a bit.
That's good.
I'm hearing static. Oh my God.
What are you seeing?
An image of 2 clowns.
What is it with the clowns?
They're really creepy as well. One's like a little bubba clown.
It's
like,
clown?
picture like a dad holding a toddler, but they're freaky, freaky clowns. One's like an evil little gremlin.
Can you describe to this lady what's in this room? What have we been referring to as Clawboy? Who is that? The entity. Can you show me? Come looking for you.
This is a bit random.
What are you getting?
I'm not seeing anything, I'm feeling something.
What are you feeling?
I feel very hot on the back of my head.
On the back of your head?
On the back of my head, I feel hot, which is weird, guys, because it is ice cold tonight. Like, I've taken my big coat off because I don't want scrunchy noises on my audio while I do this. But yeah, my head, the back of it. If there's someone behind me, you may as well just show me something, if you can.
Can you walk to the front of the chapel, please? Can you come towards my voice? If you are here. Did you just move then?
No.
Okay, I just heard something like creak. Did you just... I'm holding something here for you. How does it make you feel? Show yourself. You seeing something?
Yep.
What are you seeing?
It's an entity, all right. It's a dark creature. It actually might have claws, I'm not even f***ing you. It's got...
What colour is it?
It's dark, it's like grey and black, and it does not... It has human-like features, but it is not human. There's no way this thing is human. It has gnarly teeth, black, missing, possibly no eyes, like holes for eyes. It is really, really creepy, and it's just like in a white space, kind of just like this.
Ugh.
Like, it looks like a freaking golem, man.
That's weird, so I did say we have been asking it to show itself.
If that is what's in here, for reals, that is so messed up. Like, that is so messed up.
I was taunting it with the rosary beads as well.
Oh, good
I don't
on
know if
you.
that helped.
You know what, like, that might not even be who we're communicating with. It could be someone showing us that that's what's here. But can you show yourself to me?
What now?
I have a black and white image. It looks like a bunch of kids in old-timey clothing. A bunch of kids, like, looking at me, staring at me.
Like they're standing in front of you?
I mean, maybe they're not children, maybe they're adults, but they just... Yeah, there's a lot of them.
I just got real cold all of a sudden as well.
Yeah.
Is there children here? We were just at the children's building.
I mean, maybe there's some adults in here. It's so strange, like, to describe them because they look like children, but at the same time not. But they're definitely, like, old-timey, period appropriately dressed for this place. Like an old black and white photo, it almost looks like.
Okay, if we've got children here, if we've got people here with us in the chapel, can you come take a seat in the front row, please? Because the sermon's about to commence. Right, I'm going to try and play priest, see if we can trigger as a trigger here.
I don't know, I'm just going to tell you, can you pay attention to this side?
Why?
Because I'm just watching noise, guys, I'm tripping out a little bit, but it just feels like all the noise is drawn. It doesn't actually, it's just my mind making it seem like it does, but it's flowing this way, this direction. Show me something else, come on.
If there is something here, can you take a seat in the front row next to this lady, please? Come and confess your sins.
We know someone here is guilty.
That's the REM pod just went off.
And I'm getting an image. I'm seeing jewellery.
Jewellery?
I'm seeing jewellery, like a big blue gem on a necklace pendant kind of thing, like the old lady threw it in the ocean at the end of the Titanic kind of.
Oh my God, I dropped my rosary beads. Oh my God.
Okay, rosary beads?
That's the closest thing I've got to jewellery right now. Ew, and there's a hair on it. Ew.
It is like bead-like, but it's definitely not religious. It's a big blue pendant on the end of it. But with this, guys, it can only be so descriptive. So maybe that is the closest that could be generated to show us that. Do you know what I mean? The dictionary is restricted, so.
It's weird because that REM pod went off right when I asked it to sit as that image formed.
Yeah, I've got chills.
Can you set that off now? Can you do it again? Can you sit down in that seat right there where we've got that device? You can make it light up again for us to let us know that you're here.
This was all pretty interesting. Just as I had remarked that I felt drawn to one side of myself, our REM pod triggered, and we immediately received an image via seer.
I'm just going to tell you, can you pay attention to this side?
That's the REM pod just went off.
And I'm getting an image.
While I cannot say this is all connected, it was eerie and helps validate our experiment using ghost tube lens, leading to heightened senses, making users more acutely aware of their environment, just as I had displayed here.
Right, take your seats, the sermon's about to begin. I'm going to read the Father's prayer. Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive them that trespass against us. And lead us not to temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power and the glory forever and ever.
Jared.
Amen.
I'm getting an image. It looks like a little girl in a white dress, and there's something dark behind her and very large.
Like, what is that? What does the dark thing look like?
I can't see so well because it's cropped. It just is something dark, and I feel like I can see just the hand of the dark entity, but it looks like a girl in like a white dress, and there's something dark behind her.
If the dark entity is here, can you take a seat in the pew at the front, please? Or can you come walk down the aisleway there, please?
Looking back at this image, it definitely looks as though there is something dark behind a little girl, yet it's definitely more human, with a hand and foot present, and possibly wearing something such as the priest would, which is certainly relevant to where we were at this time.
It's funny that came up when you were talking religion as well. I've got a book.
A book?
A big old looking book, maybe, I want to say maybe a Bible, I don't know. It's not descriptive enough, it's just a big old book.
Like a Bible, so you reckon it might be a Bible?
I mean, maybe. Like, nothing more descriptive I can give to you than a book.
Are you trying to help me deliver today's Bible reading? I don't think there's a Bible here.
Maybe that's what it means, like, hey, we're missing a Bible here.
No, I'm not seeing a Bible. We don't have a Bible, I'm afraid. So I can't read from it today.
Although in this moment Jared could not locate a Bible, we did later find one perched upon the piano at the front of this church. Do you think this, or any of the other images we received, could have been significant to Cresson? After spending a little more time within the church and reviewing what images we had captured together, we then decided to tackle our final building for the night. which is the oldest within Cresson, heavily linked to the site's past as a TB hospital, and a place where the tunnel system winds so extensively beneath. That space has been nicknamed the Catacombs. Alright, we're about to enter our last building for the night. This is an old administration building.
Administration building? That doesn't sound too bad.
This is actually the oldest building on site, and it was used as the original tuberculosis hospital. And even while the hospital was in operation, paranormal activity was already happening in there.
I always walk into these. I set myself up, I swear to God.
Let's do it. It's the last one. Come on, Jared. Whoa. Anyone down here? Anyone want to come out and play? Say hello?
Is there anyone still hanging around here? Or anyone that's followed us from the other buildings we've been to tonight?
We haven't really picked up much on the first floor, so we're going to head up to the second, where I believe is more active.
Oh yeah, this seems more hospital-y. Like, these rooms up here definitely seem more sterile, like a hospital.
Definitely more like a hospital wing, I agree. During operational years as well, full-blown apparitions were being seen up here on the second floor.
So this place was haunted even before it was, like, abandoned.
Yeah. Are there any patients still here? How can I help you? If you need help, can you make a noise? I'll follow the noise and come and help you.
We spent quite some time exploring the former hospital and administration building, only to pick up no odd sounds, responses via ghost tube, or any off feelings in general. So we set out to explore the tunnel system beneath the building that has been dubbed the Catacombs.
Oh my god, it's so freaking creepy.
What the was that?
I think it was the door behind us closing. Can you tell us how to get to the tunnels?
I think we're in them, maybe. Isn't this tunnels? They look like tunnels to me.
This is underground. Is it this arrow? No, you head. This is the tunnels. This is the tunnels. This is it.
Oh my god, they're going forever. Is this the same tunnel system that connects the church and the children's building and all the buildings we've covered tonight?
Yeah, this connects them all, and they believe this was how they removed bodies. And the same dark entity that hangs out in the church enters the tunnels too. And we know what it looks like now.
That creepy...
Lewis.
Lewis?
Is that her first name for the night, I think?
Lou? Thank you. Can you do something else for us? We would appreciate it. So before we venture down this tunnel system, we want to see what else is under here in the catacombs.
He won't leave.
Who is he? He won't leave.
Are you talking about Lewis? Or the entity from the church? Like, who are you referring to there?
It's weird, he won't leave, like, he just doesn't want to, he wants to be here. Who is he though? Alright, so we have more and more and more tunnel. Is this a dunny? You know, we always find the toilet somehow on AmysCrypt.
It just keeps going, like, this is like a fork in the road here, and there's just tunnels in every direction here. Like, which way are we gonna go?
Heck.
Can you help guide us, Lewis? Can you tell us where we're going?
There's another fork. Are you me?
What the hell?
This, yeah, it literally just keeps going and going and going.
These are all refrigerator names.
What the hell?
What the hell did they used to store here? There's just so many rooms down here, like what could they have possibly used all the space for? Did you hear a squeak?
I heard something.
Can Can you make that noise again, or can you tell us what made that noise?
I heard like a squeak, like a metal door squeak.
Yeah.
For debunking's sake, we were actually able to later discover the cause of this noise while filming a bonus video in the upper floors of this building for my patrons and YouTube members. It turned out to be a loud chirp from a fire alarm with a dying battery. I know, very exciting.
Oh, there's a fire
smoke alarm on the wall.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Please come back.
Okay. Why do you want us to come back? Maybe it doesn't, it's looking out for us.
Friend.
Yeah.
It is.
See, I can feel that, like, and then it says friend. Makes me wonder what's down there, though. Okay, we'll follow, we'll come back. It is getting very cold here now. We'd love to just talk more. I'm looking to make friends tonight.
Well, Lewis, we're listening to you now. We're going this way instead. Is that better? What the heck? I've got a tunnel that goes that way, and then one that goes deeper underground.
This is like a little Willy Wonka tunnel. You can't see on my camera, but it gets skinnier and smaller and narrower down here.
Right, then we're going this way, Lewis.
What? It's like closing in on us. Are we even supposed to be down here? What the hell?
Oh, this is like real raw exploring, guys. I hope you're enjoying the...
Far out.
We actually haven't been down here, so I don't know where this is leading.
Alright, I get why they call it the catacombs. Is this a freaking surgery thing? Heliodent 70. Is this like dentist?
I think that's like a dental x-ray machine, I swear, because I think they've done one of these on me before.
Why is there like a dentist down here? What the hell?
The basement's the obvious choice for dentist, Ames, come on.
Right.
Like, I honestly just don't know what way to go. There's... It just goes on and on. This is definitely some sort of a hospital now that we're in. Why is it in the basement though?
How are we going to get out of here? I have no idea where we are. I say we go back to where we got the name Lewis. Oh, here's our camera.
Alright, we made it back.
Okay, Lewis, we're back. I just got ringing in my right ear, tagging. This is where I'm getting the most vibes though. We just explored that whole lower level and I wasn't really feeling much. Alright, Lewis, you wanted us. We came back for you. What are you doing down here? Can we help you find where you need to go? Is it alright that we're walking down here?
Sing.
Tra-la-la-la-la.
Why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near?
Just like me, they long to be close to you. Close to you. Alright, we sang for you. Can you sing for us? Make a noise even. Any noise. You didn't like our singing?
That's the chapel there.
Is it? So we wanted to come down here earlier and we didn't get the chance, so yeah, we legit just found the chapel. I just want to walk into the chapel and see what it feels like right now. I'm just a little intrigued about what we saw on Seer in here.
Lewis, have you followed us here? Ames, when you did a seer session, you got a book and we were like, it might have been a Bible.
Did you say there was no Bible?
I was looking for a Bible.
Can you hear me?
Maybe if you say something very loud, we can.
I couldn't find a Bible, but there's one right here.
How could you not find this?
Because I was standing over there, that's why.
Come on, Jared. All right, this is your last chance to do something for us or mess with us.
Without much else happening, we decided to make our way back through the tunnels to wrap up our investigation. Our first night at Cresson Sanatorium and prison had truly been an amazing one, and we were so happy to be able to share such an incredible and massive location with our mates Paranormal Quest and Paranormal Encounters. Definitely make sure to check out both of these groups on YouTube to see their own unique perspectives of Cresson. For us, we were pleased with our time on night 1, from the strange noises we heard throughout the night, to the interesting though disturbing images we received via GhostTube Seer. This location had truly put on a show for us, but this did little to prepare us for what night 2 at Cresson had in store for us. So if you enjoyed this first part of our investigation, make sure to subscribe and turn on all notifications for this channel, as we venture into the prison side of Cresson in the next episode, somewhere that would truly test our nerves, especially when isolated and alone.
I am freaking out a bit.
You won't want to miss our next paranormal investigation at Cresson Prison and Sanatorium.
Crypt Keepers, so that is a wrap on night 1 at Cresson. I'm just exhausted. Like, we have been running around like headless chooks all night. We just did the longest Patreon only behind the scenes sort of video and we just went exploring. I don't even know where we were just like going all over, and I think we were exploring some parts of the old prison that aren't really generally explored in paranormal videos, so that was kind of cool. I'm really looking forward to seeing Paranormal Encounters and Paranormal Quest videos. You'll actually see Jared and I in Paranormal Encounters videos from tonight. We're hoping to link up and do some work with PQ tomorrow, but the session that we did with PE was really cool, and that was in one of the prison areas. Tomorrow night, Jared and I are focusing more on the prison side of things here at Cresson, and what we experienced tonight with India and Connor was kind of freaky, so I'm really looking forward to that, or maybe I'm not, I don't know, it's gonna be really scary. But yeah, I think we've had some interesting moments. For me, the freakiest and most compelling thing was the weird creature that we picked up on Seer in the church. I don't know, that thing is gonna haunt my nightmares for some time to come. But I do hope that you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please remember to like, comment, share and subscribe, because that really helps us out. If you want to do a bit more reading about this place, head to AmysCrypt.com, and again, we post bonus footage on Patreon. YouTube members, they're linked below, and you can follow us on social media at AmysCrypt. But also make sure to check out Paranormal Quest, Paranormal Encounters. I've got all of their details linked below. Go watch their videos, go support them. They're great people. But yeah, until next time guys, bye.